Hi everybody, welcome back. Let's try this again. The first time we tried, we lost electricity. We lost electricity. Guys, that is the only disadvantage that I have with this, like electricity. I did this earlier. I thought it will come back after something like 10 minutes or that, because that is what it has been doing for the better part of the day. I didn't know that it's going to continue and continue doing that. So welcome to the live stream. Appreciate your presence. For everybody who is coming in, I don't take you for granted, guys. No, I disappeared 2 hours later. I'm coming back. Actually, I think it's exactly 2 hours later. This is when electricity is now coming back. It's actually in the morning, and in the next 30 minutes, my kids will be going to school. It's morning. Right now, as we're speaking, it's 5:20 a.m. Kenyan time. I'm pretty sure you guys also want to sleep, because some of it's midnight. I mean, not midnight, almost somewhere close, maybe 9 p.m., 10 p.m., something like that. Am I right? Let me know, what is the time where you're watching from? Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Eva Miller. Thank you very much for coming back. Appreciate you, Eva. You know, I go, I come back. You're still there. Thank you. Dr. Cheryl Cottle, I also see you. Thank you so much. What is the time right now in Canada? Okay, so what I was doing, while electricity was gone, I was like, okay, you know what? I can wait until the electricity comes back, or it can go. And I can still do this as a video and post later. Anyway, we're still here, though, regardless. So welcome. We are going to be talking about Mr. Kohera Sr., one Mr. Kohera Sr., and the things that Mr. Kohera Sr. is saying on the streets of the internet. Okay? EBBZ, thank you very much. Appreciate your presence. Hey, you guys, it's 10 p.m., so you are supposed to be sleeping. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that 3, I was doing this live stream at 3, so I think that was the best time. But I'm pretty sure most of you are very tired right now, but I'll keep it under an hour max, and then I let you guys rest, right? I think that is yeah, the only thing I can say. 1 hour, let you guys rest. What are you doing up, NT? It's 10:22 in Pennsylvania. It's morning here in Kenya. It's morning, so does it make sense? Am I optimistic? Thank you very much for coming back. Appreciate your presence. Eva Miller, 10:22 in US of A. All right. So there is that big difference. Oh my goodness, I think a difference of about 7 hours or so. Otherwise, welcome to the live stream. Like the video. If you are here, we had started doing this live stream 3 hours ago. Sorry, 2 hours, exactly 2 hours ago. And then we lost electricity, but we are back. I really hope it's not going to disappear on me again, because that will be very devastating. All right. Dr. J, thank you very much for coming back. Also, you are there for the first one that I had already started. So I really, really appreciate, and I do not take that for granted. Yes. So, ladies and gents, I remember when I was doing the live stream or the video on it was on who? It was on Marwa. When I was doing the video on Marwa and CEO's breakup, I remember saying that I cannot wait to see what Mr. Kohera Sr. is going to say about his son. Okay? And I don't know if you all have noticed, me and T, I don't use alleged son. Now, me, I usually say son, because Marwa is Kohera's son. With that, I don't need DNA to prove, okay? Everything that Kohera is doing is literally what Marwa does. So I don't need, that is DNA now for me. Okay, that is DNA enough for me. So I don't need any DNA to confirm that Kohera Senior is Marwa's father. So I'll be saying Marwa's father. Take me to court, my friend. And K. Pearson, I see you. Stacy Barnes is also in the building. Thank you very much, Stacy. Chai R is also here. Thank you very much, Chai R. Actually, it's not. The problem wasn't the internet. The internet was perfect. The problem was electricity. Electricity went. So the internet was just fine. I will not put this one on the internet. No, I'll be lying. The internet will be like, why are you accusing me for something that I haven't done? So yeah. So Mr. Kohera Senior came and he revealed a lot of stuff, a lot of things that Mr. Kohera Senior said. And I really honestly felt like, well, this man has a lot to say. Like, he really does have a lot to say, but maybe he's just venting, or maybe it is actually because he does have a lot to say and it's just he needs people to listen to him. I don't know. However, there are some discrepancies that I cannot fail to mention because I also noticed a lot of discrepancies on the things that he was saying. It was not actually discrepancies, but it was basically contradictions. He contradicted himself with a lot of information that he had given earlier. And you see, for those ones now that are seeing why I usually have a problem with Kohera Senior coming out and speaking, those are some of the reasons why I do. Because he comes, he speaks, because like the video that he did yesterday, there is a lot that he contradicted himself to what he had already said previously, and it's on record. All of that is on video. So, yeah, you see, there is a lot of contradictions, like Marwa's age. The last time he was here, he told us Marwa was born in the year 1987. But, so 1987, that makes Marwa to be 39 years old up to date. But yesterday he came again and said Marwa is over 40. So you see that contradiction is what I'm talking about. Okay, though the video that he did yesterday, I don't know if he was upset or anything, but yeah, those little contradictions are the ones that I'm picking up on. And then there's also something else that he said. Initially, previously, he told us that, according to him, he told us that Marwa's mother ran away with Marwa, and he never got a chance to understand why. That is the initial version of the story that he had given earlier. That was the version that he gave earlier. But when you look at yesterday's video, he said something different. He said Marwa's mother ran away with him, hid in the bush, and I don't know for how many days, then came back. And when he came back, he himself had to kick her out and even wanted to cut her into pieces. But the father, his own father, stopped him from doing that. And that is when he told Marwa's mother to go away and never come back. So I'm like, bruh, which is which? Which version of this story is realistic? Is it the previous version that you gave us, or the current version is the real version now of the story? So for me, this is why you see me, I'm having some problems with Mr. Kohera. It's things like that. These contradictory statements are the ones that I'm like, okay. Tanlili, you're saying that it's clear that Kohera is having a psychotic moment. He appears unwell. He said Marwa is over 40. Exactly. He said Esther ran away with his son. Now he says he chased her away. Now, I think you and me, Tanlili, we are on the same page. Me and you, we are on the same page. This man is contradicting himself with every version. Like he has different versions and different narratives every single moment. So it's hard to know which one is which one. Okay? You see, and this is why I felt like this man needs at least to sit down with elders. Some elders need to sit him down and tell him how to handle these matters. As much as I know that a lot of people are in his favor and they want him to be coming out and be speaking. But ladies and gents, there comes a time when silence is golden, and also, you know, most people are encouraging him to speak, right? It's okay. It's not no problem. You speak, or let him speak. Like he can speak, he can say whatever he wants to say. But the more he speaks, the more things that are coming from his mouth, the more he's contradicting himself, the more unbelievable he's even becoming. And the more he looks like he also wants just to go with the trend and whatever is going on, which makes him more of Marwa's father, by the way, when he wants to go with the trend and everything. Okay. So let's go to this video that Mr. Kohera was speaking. Mr. Kohera speaking. Kohera Senior. Okay, he should be thanking reactors. I see reactors have made him to get 3,700. Hey, okay. I see. I know the first 10 minutes he has greeted people. Hi, JR from my sister from England. How let's talk about Jesus, my sister from that is how he usually starts. He will greet anyway, more of reactors, even as reactors. So the difference between us and him is that for us, we are on a live stream, so we'll be like, let's talk Jesus. Hi, how are you? Dr. Cheryl Cottle. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the live stream, and all that. And for him, he will say that on video. Greet everybody that usually comes on his comment section, where their location and everything. So yeah, he's more of a reactor anyways. Okay. Well, did they threaten him? That's why Kohera is pissed. I don't know. This queen, I don't know. Conmam fired him and that is bottom line. Okay, I see. You see that he has that anger in him. So Maro might have gotten that anger from him. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. And that is why I say he's more Marwa's father than as much as the likes of Janet Harris want to dispute this. Oh, he's not, Janet Harris looks like he knows Marwa from birth. Okay. And Judy Moyo, they're like they know Marwa from birth. In fact, they're the ones who impregnated Conmam. I've said it as it is. Thing is, as much as I do disagree with this man a lot, but point is, Marwa needs the blessing of this man. That is the point. Marwa needs to sit down with this old man and sort their differences. That is something that me and I can never shy away from saying, that he needs to sit down with this man. He needs to talk to him. He needs to make things up for him to be able to be doing. You see, most of these things that Maro is touching, they're falling apart. Things he touches, things they're falling apart. He's touching things, they're falling apart. It is because of this man might not have raised you. Yes, I agree. However, this man has powers to curse you. And he sometimes it does not even necessarily need for him to come and say, I'm cursing you and all that. You see that just those tears that he's giving out and the crying and all that. You see what is happening now? Like the cycle goes on and on and on. And Marwa subscribers do not want Marwa to even approach his own father or speak about him. They are actually the ones that are discouraging him from approaching his father. Maybe he might have a soft heart and wants to to talk to him, but because of these subscribers that have surrounded him and they give him money, so he would rather listen to these people that are gifting him money than trying to forge an understanding with his biological father. And you see these things that this old man is coming here to say and do on this internet will haunt Marwa. They will haunt him and his own subscribers. They really have no idea the power of the tongue, especially from a parent who gave birth to him. You said I was a spam donor. You call me a deadbeat father, my own biological son. Shame on you. Shame on you. Now what has happened? And what is happening? Did I want you? Did I want you? Did I not want you? You call me a spam donor to my own son. Now, thank God mom not said her dogs here. She's going to make it forever. Actually, Kohera is wrong on that one. I don't think it is Conmom that is sending her dogs over to him to insult him and call him deadbeat father and all that. Because to be fair to Conmom, okay? And I'm going to speak it as it is. I know some might be offended, but it's okay. I've never been shy of offending even my own subscribers. I offend you guys tomorrow, we're back together, we hug, we move on. Conmom has nothing to do with those people that are insulting Marwa. Conmom has never even spoken about Kohera at any particular moment. She has never. Kohera is the one who speaks about Conmom every now and then. The person that is unleashing the dogs to this old man is his own son, who shamelessly, imagine, how do you send people to insult your own father? It doesn't matter even if he's a deadbeat father. It doesn't matter. Even if he's a deadbeat father, why would you unleash people? Why couldn't he protect this Kohera senior the same way that he's protecting a Muzungu somewhere else? Guys, okay, assuming that is genuine, okay, assuming it is genuine, like it's Marwa genuinely wants to protect Conmam and he does not want Conmam to actually do what? He doesn't want Conmam to, like, let me first change this one here. He doesn't want Conmam to get involved in this fight, right? Or rather, Marwa feels like he himself doesn't want people to insult. Okay, he basically didn't want people to insult Rocio. Why can't he also have that same boundary towards this Machete, not Machete man, Kohera Senior? Okay, Kohera Senior has proven also that he was Machete man because he said at some point he had machetes. Isn't that true? I think so. At some point he said, guys, I chased her with a machete because she had ran away with my son and she went and she never came back again. So meaning Kohera has also anger issues. I think there is somebody who was saying that he has anger issues, and we can see that from Marwa. Who is this? There is somebody. I think somebody said that I've seen Kohera being mad like that. It must be something triggered him. No, it's not that one. Elizabeth. Oh yes, it's Eva Miller. So you see that anger, the anger issues that Marwa is experiencing is the same anger issues that Kohera Senior has. But what I'm failing to understand is how Marwa says he doesn't keep grudges. Okay, he has said this multiple times. Oh, guys, I don't keep grudges and things like that. Oh, guys, don't go and insult my family. He's the mother of my child. It doesn't matter what has happened between me. Are you seeing Marwa? Are you seeing what Marwa is doing here? That Rocio is the mother of my child, regardless of what has happened between me and her. Just let her be. What happened to also Kohera being your father, regardless of what happened, or regardless of how things did not work between her and your and him? Regardless of that, why can't you also protect him the same way? Or is it because Roro is a Muzungu? Again, Melanie, I say you.
she's going to wait forever. A foolish woman always destroys her own health. This lady left me because I was lame, because I was poor.
Now
Let me give you a story.
You see here what he's saying. The foolish lady, I think he's referring to Marwa's mother, Marwa's mother as the foolish lady, who left him because he was lame and poor. Okay? That is his statement. But from my own understanding, he said he was a teacher at that particular moment. So this is kind of contradicting, because guys, during those days, okay, during those days, you know, that is the early 90s that we're talking about, teachers were considered as the most rich people in the society. True story. Any Kenyan that is in this house will tell you, Melanie Nyaboke, if I'm lying, Elise Quinn, if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Just embarrass me here, say I'm lying. Teachers, during those days, teachers were considered as the richest members of the society. Okay. So I find it a bit, difficult to understand there, because if Kohera was a teacher, why would Conmam leave him because he was poor? So these are some of the contradictory statements that I was getting from this man. Anyway, it does not mean that I dismiss him from being Marwa's father. Nah.
I married her. I eloped her when we had one earned salary from Migori.
So that is the salary of him, the salary of him being a teacher. You understand?
I brought her here because I was the first teacher in my village.
Mm-hmm.
And my father was admiring that he could also acquire a madam teacher, so that we could be two teachers. Then here I came. I was teaching at Esther's place called Cameroon. So we knew one another. This is also love. They don't want me alone.
And even Marwa has a lot of them. Don't worry.
My father had 16 heads of cows.
Damn.
Then culturally, I have always told you that Esther had a daughter, the first born. So immediately we came here. Esther conceived Marwa's pregnancy. Then it grew. The pregnancy grew until Esther delivered. It reached a time when his father offered to come, and our culture, when a daughter gives birth, the father has come and give a soup, a goat's soup. Then the father sent his agents here to give Esther soup. Esther neglected. Esther never took the soup.
Mm-hmm.
She refused to take. Those brothers of hers were very much embarrassed, and they went back home.
Okay,
leave that alone.
So you see, basically he's leaning on traditions, the things that Marwa's mother was supposed to do, and then she turned them down. Now, about that, I can't comment much, because one, I am not from their community. So, and again, in Kenya, we have very many communities, and people conduct these things very differently. We have community A that conducts their business this way. We have community B that also conduct their business a different way. So we totally have different ways of conducting businesses as a actually communities, because we do have a lot of tribes in Kenya, and all of them, they have a lot of cultures. So I cannot comment on that and say it's okay or it's not okay. So that one, I will leave it for Kohera and his offsprings or people from his own community to comment on.
We used to earn from Homa Bay. Homa Bay was the district headquarters. So there was no vehicle. You turn on around these areas until and then you bought another one. And my father sold as a boat a very good for transport. So we went there. Reaching there, it was a must that you had to spend a night there because there was no return vehicle. There was a return vehicle. Then those people, because we had no bank accounts, we had to make a line. We had to make a long line. So my wife, she had another friend called Jen. My wife had Marwa. We went with Marwa. So because of my wife had Marwa, those people were sympathetic. They say those who are paying us, let this ladies earn first, because you are a man, to wait, to line up. But
okay, so basically that story goes on and on and on. I don't want to play like the entire thing that he said, but I just want to put in I just want to do some touches on basically some of these things that he said that I found to be very, very strange, and also some of them being very contradictory. And that is why I think there is more than it meets the eyes. You guys, some of you might be condemning a conmom, but the truth is you don't know. We actually don't know conmom's side of the story, especially when he came out here. Okay, he's been insulting conmom every now and then, like more often he's been doing that. But the truth is we've never had conmom's side of the story. But the thing that caught my attention was when conmom left with the child for some time after they got their salary, and then she came back. So there are some still gaps that this man does not want to tell people, or he's not telling people. Why did she? The question is, after they got their salary, why did she disappear? Okay, why did she disappear? Secondly, when she came back after disappearing, did he question her where she was with the son? But according to him, he didn't even want to hear anything that she said. Okay, I can say that maybe probably, yeah. Maybe he was very angry. Where the son has come, he has beaten mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have beaten him all over the place. Again, like I said, we don't know Conmom's side of the story. This man had anger issues, and that one I don't need Marwa to say, or I don't need Conmom to say. From how he is explaining things, even from how mad he got on this video, it clearly explains he has anger issues. Okay, it clearly explains he has anger issues. So we don't know if it is because of the anger issues that he had, that is why Conmom ran away, or is it because he's alleging that Conmom was a witch? Because that is what he said, that, bruh, again, he knows her best, and she also knows him best. So let's comb this one through. Okay? Esther disappeared.
Esther and Jen went and then they disappeared. I waited until I earned. After earning, I did not find Esther anywhere with Marwa and Jen. I was perplexed. How do I come back home and tell my parents, when have I left my wife and my son? You can get me right. I spent Homa Bay for 3 days looking for these people. Even to the mortuaries, even to the station.
Understandable.
I came back home. I came back home without my wife and without Marwa. I stayed here for after 3-4 days. One evening, Esther appeared with my son. Marwa had been beaten by mosquitoes all over the world, all over the country. I don't know where he was sleeping. Look at this woman. She had done well.
You see, when he says Shetani, it means devil. So he was basically insulting Conman, calling her a devil. And the reason why he was doing that was because of the anger that he had after Esther had ran away. Okay, after she had ran away with Marwa and then came back 1 week later, because according to his explanation, if I'm getting it right, 3 days was when he remained in Migori town or Homa Bay, I think, or either of those two, searching for her 3 days. And then when he came back home 4 days later is when she showed up with the child being beaten. So he was like, you devil, okay? That is normal, okay? Anger, like, I've been looking for you, blah, blah, blah. You know, things, a lot of things can come out of somebody's mouth, especially when they are angry, right?
Beaten, Marwa. Can you listen to me? That is how, when now your mother came with you, when my father, when I saw you, I took a bang, I almost unleashed your mouth. My father restrained. He said, no, 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 no. They locked me in the house because I was very emotional.
History repeating itself. Ladies and gents, this is history repeating itself. And this is why I would really love, I know that Judy Moyo is somewhere in between here, hiding herself. She's here watching this video. Judy Moyo, I know you are here watching this video. Tell Marwa he needs to break this cycle, because you see, after Esther ran away, when she came back, this man was very mad, wanted to unalive her. He was talked and things like that. Now, you see, the same thing happened when Rocio ran away with Maisha to the city. Are you seeing this pattern, ladies and gentlemen? I'm telling you that this is a generational curse, as much as Marwa is looking at it on a shallow-minded perspective, because he's so well-traveled, he's gone to Europe, he's gone to wherever. And now he wants to behave as a European, my friend. You will suffer. This is Africa. This is Africa, and that is an African parent. Conmam ran away with you, came back later, and then was chased away, or rather she went. It doesn't matter. The same thing happened with Rocio. What happened? Rocio ran away, went to the city. Okay, after they had quarreled to an extent that Marwa gave her a thorough slap. Rocio went to the city. Kohera wanted to cut the mother. Are you getting this pattern? Then Rocio came back. Marwa went to the city to bring Rocio back. Conmam, she wasn't brought back. She brought herself back. That is the only difference that we have here. And when she came back, she was chased away to go. But now when Rocio came back, she chased herself away and went with the son. The only difference is that Rocio does not have a big baby girl, like how Conmam had another big baby girl. But are you ladies and gents seeing the same pattern? Like, it's basically the same pattern. There is nothing different there. It is the same pattern. With his disability, he probably felt insecure and maybe thought she was cheating. Otto is saying, I will never get between a man and his woman. Yeah. Now he is a caring father. When he ignored his own son's abusive upgrowing, he lost his aim. Speak to me, Chai R. We will get there, Chai. You and me, same WhatsApp group. But relax. Chai, for me, it's not even more of for me, it's not even more of now him pretending to be caring and all that. All this that he's doing is just theater for me. Okay, all this that he's doing is just theater. However, there is something that we need to look at, and this is just this man needs to stop throwing these words that he's throwing around, because these words will affect Marwa and his generations. And this is why, Chai, this is maybe probably now the difference between me and you, where we are disagreeing, basically, because of what? Because for me, I'm for Marwa doesn't need to go and hug Kohera. No, he doesn't. In fact, Kohera doesn't deserve it. He really doesn't. Because all this while when Marwa was growing up, he could have searched for him. He knew where he was. He knew where he was. Even after Marwa got at the age of 18, he could have immediately gone there. When Marwa was in high school, he could have still gone there. However, there is something that now where me and you, are we are splitting lens here. This is this part where Marwa needs at least to cast out that generational curse. Just sit down with this old man. They don't need to be friends. They don't need to be what. But trust me, it doesn't matter whatever if this man is pretending to care or not. But these words that are he's throwing around, in most of the African traditions, these words will still come back to him. Like, yes, okay. I'm very sorry, because me, I'm a very firm African believer. Well, Lady Godiva, I really wished Lady Godiva was here. She said something and I was like, are you serious? Lady Godiva, you said something. I will address you when you are around.
My father advised me not to touch Esther. Let this lady go back. Let her go back. You are going to marry another wife. And Esther was helped by my eldest brother's son. My brother is called, that woman is called Moracha. Moracha is the one who helped Esther to escape. So Esther went for, may I marry? So I believe this is where now Esther went and looked for a karma.
Now I think he's gloating.
Esther Esther wants to take what is rightful to me through Marwa.
What is that, really, that Esther wants to take, that rightfully belongs to him, that he wants to take through Marwa? What is that? Mr. Kohera, explain yourself. What is this that Esther is taking that rightfully belongs to you through Marwa? The inheritance or Marwa's money. Somebody, somebody, I think it wasn't even any of the lazy gang or anything. It was, I think, on Marwa's so-called positive team and all that. When they were saying, actually, they were saying this, and I was like, yep, you guys are absolutely not wrong for that, because they said something. They said, what if Kohera is throwing all these curses towards Marwa? Not because again, you can't be angry every single day. Every single day you become angry, you come and then you vent online. Every day you become angry, you vent every day. For now, as of now, as I'm speaking this, Kohera is doing this for the money. Okay, YouTube money, content creation. He's now a content creator, and he needs to create content, of which, for me, guys, I have found there's something very fascinating with the Nyabohanse content creators, to be honest. They don't have boundaries in this content creation. You see, as much as I'm also a reactor and things like that, but there are things that I can set boundaries and I'm like, you know what, this one I'm not going to make content out of it. But to me, it seems like these people in Nyabohanse or whatever, they don't have boundaries to things that they can make content about. It doesn't, I remember saying this, stand there, I think you were there. Okay, that rhymes well. Stand there, I think you were there when I was even saying this. It was just a live stream. I actually think most of you were there when I was saying this. In Nyabohanse, content can be anything. They can make content out of a dog. They can make content out of intercourse. They can make content out of mother and father arguing in the bedroom. And if the son is a content creator, he might even peep with a camera in their parents' bedroom to collect the evidence mother and father are fighting, and then they come and then they upload it on YouTube. Okay, I know you get the point. I'm just trying to say they don't have boundaries. They can make money. As long as they get to make money, they need that content. They come, and everybody believes that the fresher the content, the more you earn. So everybody wants to come out with fresh content. So they don't have boundaries to what not, and things like that. Like they can literally create content out of anything. Dogs, what, cats, relationships, everything. They don't care. So that is now me talking about Kohera. Kohera also has that attitude of I don't care. I will create content out of this, my son that I have never taken care of for the last, he said Marwa is over 40. So if Marwa is over 40, so basically all those 40 years, he has not been taking care of him, but he's making money out of him. So I think it's one way of him paying himself back. I don't know. Okay. But people feel like, oh, especially these curses that he's throwing around, he's doing them deliberately. Okay. He's doing them deliberately because whenever these things, I mean, the pattern of the misfortunes that are coming towards Marwa, when Marwa sees it's too much, maybe he will now decide to go and visit him with some cows and things like that to break the curse. Okay, that is what they were saying. I'm just repeating what they were saying. Okay. Sometimes I usually repeat also what you guys say here in the comment section. So there is nothing wrong with me also saying what they were saying. You get the point?
Esther Esther wants to take what is rightful to me through Marwa. This boat, I believe you are looking for a boat. You are looking for a boat back to the sender now. You are going to perish. I must perform what my father told me. I must take our people to our promised land.
Which is?
Because we are the sons of Jacob.
Okay.
And I have told Marwa. Look, now, tell me what is happening.
Okay. I wanted to say something, but then I'll hold it there. Just a minute. Miss Optimistic, you're saying, is it Mr. Optimistic or Supersonic? Supersonic. He did say that for real. Maybe he did try and was prevented by the stepdad, so he just gave up. Really? Really? I don't see those chances. What if Rocio reached out to Mr. Coher? Really? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, EBB. I don't think so. I think you're wrong. Okay. One down, now just waiting for the demon, wishing her luck. Oh, okay. Do curses really work though? Yes, they do. Here in Africa, they do, my friend. Here in Africa, they do. When you know, like, hey, where here in Africa? Okay, it doesn't. Please, this is my belief, and I don't want to impose it on anybody. Okay, this is my belief, and I don't want to impose it on everybody. It's just like how somebody, EBBZ, it's just like how somebody will ask you, does Christianity really work? Do miracles really work? You know, if you're a Christian, you'll be like, yeah, they do. But if there is somebody who is not a Christian, they'll be like, nah, that is nothing like miracles and things like that. Those are just fairy tales. You understand? So when it comes to that, personally, me as NT, I do believe they do. Especially like, yo, hey, here in Africa, my friend, it's like asking if curses work. It's like asking if witchcraft work. It works. And that's what me I'm saying, because I have seen it. Okay. I will do an episode with you guys. I don't know if that family still exists. Actually, it does exist. Though I don't know if they will allow me to do a documentary on them. There is a family here in this town, our town, that curses were unleashed and a lot of horrible things happened. And it was the year 2002. No, not 2002. 2000. It was the year 2000. And it made it to the news all over the place. Like, it made it to every news channel in Kenya, every magazine in Kenya. So yeah, EBBZ, I'm very sorry, but yes, I do believe that they work. And that one was not even about curses, that was witchcraft. And oh boy, I will do a documentary on that story. I will talk to some people and see if they can allow me to go to that family and do a documentary. And also I'll try to see if I can get from the Kenyan archives, the magazines and all that, and the news feeds that were there then. If I get, I'll bring it to you so that you see what I'm talking about.
You have been insulting me. You have been mocking me all over. Where is Russia? Where is Russia now? Esther, where is Russia?
Now this anger,
where is your sister in Rome?
You see, this anger is misdirected, okay? For Kohera Senior, I think he's misdirecting his anger. His anger is meant for Maro because Maro was the one who was insulting him. But here he's claiming, Esther, you have been insulting me. Esther has never insulted him. Let's get this straight. Esther has never, at any point have I never seen Conmam, or if there is a video of Conmam insulting this man, please show it to me because I haven't seen it. Marwa has been the one who has constantly been insulting this man and also sending his minions, the likes of Judy Moyo, to come and insult this man. Now, for those people that are speaking, are saying that the anger, it's because of the insult, and no, I'll tend to agree with somebody here who said, Kohera is mad with Esther, and this is why he's even misdirecting his anger towards Esther. And the reason why is because he feels like his cows, okay? Remember, he said his cows, he gave out cows, 16 of them. 16 of them. And somebody said here, and I believe that is somebody who is from Kenya, probably, or Africa. Somebody said here that in case anything happens to Esther, if Esther happens to like maybe leave the earth someday, because everybody will go. You understand? Just that we don't want to go this early, but everybody at the end of the day will go. Okay. So in case anything happens to Esther and she passes on, there's some traditional stuff like the people need to come and negotiate because of that dowry. It's either Esther is going to be buried at Mr. Kohera's home or they return his dowry. That is how it is. It is not the law of the country, but it's tradition. You understand? So there is somebody who said that maybe he's mad because of the cows. I agree with that person. Yeah, maybe the cows are the ones that are even making him more angry than not even about him being denied to see Marwa. He's more mad because of the cows and because probably he feels like now that Marwa has made it in life, Marwa can compensate him his 16 cows. And that is why he says that he's being denied what rightfully belongs to him. What is this that rightfully belongs to him? He didn't clarify that. So I will be speculating.
I saw her complaining yesterday how you are mistreating her. I saw her complaining. My sisters and brothers, who has not seen that clip? Who has not seen that? Me now, it is time. It is now time to take our people where my father said. Now, hey, those horses you are buying there, those are genuine. The horses of the plain are the zebras, wild zebras. And our clan is a zebra, and I had explained this one. Yours are fake. Yours are fake.
Okay.
Now Maro was telling me that okay, no, you are fake that. It is only the woman who knows her son or her daughter. Now.
Okay, somebody here, Elise Queen has raised a point here. And I want to put this point out. Elise Queen is saying that maybe Conmam is insulting him behind the camera. Remember how Uncle behaved when recorded without seeing? He behaved differently. Now, Elise Queen, yeah, you might be right on that one. You might be right that Esther has maybe is insulting him behind the camera. But I would say that better her who is doing all these insults behind the camera, okay, and keeping their business private, their insults and all that private, than, these are grown-ups and they're supposed to be handling their business behind the camera. But coming to handle business like that, and for those people that began watching Kohera Senior, you all know how he came and said Conmam was a giver. Okay, she was a very charitable person. I remember that. And that is where my disdain for him started. I'm very sorry. When he came out and said, guys, this is the thing. If my father right now comes out and on social media and says, guys, you know what? You see this Nairobi teacher, my son, he's my son. And his mother was a very charitable woman. She was going around and giving men left, right, and center. I will not feel so good. Honestly, I will not feel so good as a son. Yes, she might have been a giver. She's charitable. She gives out. You guys, you know what I'm talking about. But you as my dad, you don't have, if you really love me and care about me, you really don't have to come and put out that business about my mother. If you really love me and you want me to reunite with you and with you will respect my mother regardless and put that business off social media. In fact, just call her and tell her all these names. But when you do it on social media, do you really want to reconcile with your son? Considering that this is the mother that has been raising me for the better part of my life, not you. And then you come, you want to reconcile with me, but you say how my mother was a woman who was very generous to give every man the honey pot. You see, are you getting the point?
Am I confused that you are not Maisha's son? You are not Maisha's mother, because it is the woman who knows is her daughter or her son. Is Maisha yours? Are you not also a sperm donor like a Kohera sin?
Now imagine, now this is the thing. Again, I want you to look at this perspective. You see, Kohera Senior is also telling Marwa that aren't you also a sperm donor because now your baby is gone? So you said I'm a sperm donor, you are also a sperm donor. So imagine this is father and son. In this case, who should we say that should be the bigger person? Should we say that Marwa should be the bigger person, or should we say that Kohera Senior should be the senior? Because now this is father and son going back and forth about donating sperms. Yeah, you had that right. This is father and son. Tell me if this is making sense to you. I know right now I have a lot of team Kohera senior, it's okay. But I'm very sorry on this one. Imagine father and son going back and forth. Like my son insulted me and told me, yo, you are a sperm donor. I know my dad, you just donated to my mother. So I don't care about you. And then you come, my dad, you come and then you are like, yeah, you said I donated. And you also, you are a donor. Is that somebody who is willing to make up with his son? Really? Let's be honest. Let's speak realistically. I do not, and again, I don't want you to misquote me. Okay? I don't want you to misquote me and say that I'm not saying that this is Marwa's father. I'm saying this is Marwa's father. And in fact, you see what he's doing is exactly Marwa's character 100%. This is actually what proves that he's actually Marwa's father. Whether Janet Harris and Judy Moyo like it or not, it's Marwa's dad. But again, I feel like he can do better than that. Okay? Doesn't mean that me and T, I'm perfect. No, I'm not. In fact, I'm very far from perfect. I'm the one who, when I start unleashing some very nasty words here, I can unleash until people get so mad with me. But me, I will not tell you my audience or some of my audience what they want to hear. And most of what people want to hear is, or rather they say, let the man speak. Let the man speak. Yeah, he can speak, no problem. Yes, he can speak. But as a father, there is that level of speaking that you can feel like, here I think I am overdoing it, and here I am fine. You understand? As a father, as somebody who is supposed to be setting example to this, your son, there is that level where you don't have to go back and forth with your son. Oh, son, you said I'm a sperm donor. You too, son, you're also a sperm donor. Come on. Okay, you.
Always lives his son. A foolish son always lives his. Remember, blessings came from Abraham, not Sarah. Blessings came from Abraham, not Sarah. Eh? Now, how did you expect to be blessed by your mother who clearly knows what she is? And one day I told you to revisit your mother, and she tells you that. I told you that is when now you went to talk to your mom. She manipulated your brain. She cheated you. Now you are nowhere because you were almost, I believe, the character was directing to me. You wanted to finish. You wanted to sacrifice. Now,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? So apparently, Conmam wanted to finish Kohera senior. So who wanted to finish the other? Because he claims Conmam wanted to finish him. And again, on this particular video, he also said he wanted to finish Conmam. So why did Conmam want to finish him? Is it because he wanted to cut Conmam with machete first? Or is it the other way. Oh, I think it's fast. Oh, maybe it was revenge for Conmam wanting to finish him. Now the question is how? Okay, how? Dr. Cheryl, I think I have seen your comment. I respect your opinion. I totally respect your opinion. And I do say that, yes, he's hurting because of his cows and all that, you understand? But again, the man is doing it for content. And you also have to agree with me because giving your voice does not necessarily mean that you can come and give your voice to social media. What was happening when social media was not there? How were people giving voices? It is just like there is another fool. Let me now unleash my anger also. There is another fool recently, I think 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, and 1 week ago, there was another fool who came and started insulting millennials and said that you guys are very stupid. You guys, you don't even know. For us, we the Gen Zs, okay, no disrespect to any Gen Z that is watching me, okay? But trying to say that millennials were fools because they didn't even know how to mobilize people. They can, for them, they have TikTok, they have, I don't know, Facebook. They can just organize an event. What is it? A protest, and the protests, they come to live and people get out of power and things like that. And I'm like, bro, you are very foolish. Okay, for me as NT, there is no way I can sit here and start insulting Gen X. Why? The person that is insulting millennials, they don't know that in 2007, we had a lot of protests all over the country. There was no social media. So imagine if people were organizing protests even way back in 1992 when I was still very, very, very young, and they had no social media, but they could pull crowds. Okay. They will pull crowds, no social media to mobilize and anything. And then you come and then you start insulting those people, saying that they are fools. They don't like, are you crazy? Look at people like now, the likes of Michael Jackson and all that. Michael Jackson was loved all over the world, all over the world. There was no social media, and TikTok to push his content was there. No, it wasn't. So this is where I'm telling you that Dr. Sherry, he does not necessarily need to come and air this on social media. He can air it out or tell. So remember, the internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. And you see that son that is called Maisha, the one that is his grandchild, will be revisiting these videos. Okay? This son that is called Maisha will be revisiting these videos. And he will be seeing these videos that this man is doing. So he does not need to air his anger or his hurting to some, like, it's not necessary, especially for a man of his age who is supposed to be considered as a wise man. Here, when people get old, we say that the older you get, the wiser you're supposed to be getting. But from what I'm seeing, that's not the case. I'm sorry. And I'll just say it as it is. Okay. I know I never have a lot of fans when I'm talking about Kohera Senior, and that is okay. That's fine with me. I accepted that one year ago, and it will still not stop me from saying what I feel like I should say about this entire situation. However, I'm not saying that Marwa should also continue disrespecting his father. It doesn't matter as long as he gave you that, whatever that you guys, the spams that you guys keep saying and all that. You don't have to disrespect him. Okay, you don't have to disrespect him at all. So
Unless you come, unless you come and repent to me, I will always forgive. But if you continue, you have gone to hell. You are finished. But I'm not here to finish my children. These are children of Jacob. You are one of them. You are one of them. Why? Why? You are now over 40 years. And you have no wife, you have no child. What is your destiny? What is your destiny? You have been accusing me that, okay, you know, you are poor, you are sleeping in mud houses, you have no money, you are sleeping, you have no luxury.
So you tell me, okay, guys, like I said, here we're going to speak. Those ones that will use emotions, it's fine. Those ones that will not use emotions, will use logic also, it's fine. I totally agree with every one of you with your opinion. However, you also will have to also respect my opinion. And when Kohera is coming out and saying these things that he's saying, this is basically the things that I'm talking about now. This is cursing. You understand? For those people that have lived in the West, probably for all of their lives, they might not understand this. But this is his father unleashing curses on him. And somehow also mocking him. You see, if you're a dad and you want your son back, you not come and mock his situation. You see, this is mockery. Okay, listen to it. Tell me, is this hurt or is this mockery telling you? You see? Guys, how many times do you all remember when Mayugno was kicked out by Marwa? When Marwa came out and did a video with Mayugno, I came out here to react. I did not react. I mocked the entire situation. So I know what mockery looks like. So I know when somebody is mocking somebody. And I know when somebody is not mocking somebody. I remember I came, in fact, that day, I came with 2 alcoholic beverages and drank and laughed and mocked. You guys, I'm pretty sure you remember. What the guy is doing here is not trying to win his son back, but mocking him. If he actually really wanted his son back, he would come and be like, I pray for my son, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I understand. Maybe I know, before you even comment and say, maybe he doesn't want to pretend. He wants to be as realistic as he can. It's okay. But as a dad who wants his son back, it's not the way. It's not the way. And me, I'll not sit here and cheer because I need to attract numbers because, yeah, he has people. So if I say something that his people do not like, they will, I don't know, do. No, I will say it. Okay? Sorry, ladies and gents. For those ones that disagree with my opinion, but still will remain, it's totally fine. And I respect that. And I also respect the fact that you don't agree with me on this one. Because again, if you all agree with everything that I say, there will be no difference between you and Judy Moore. Sorry. Oh, I said I'll be using Judy Moore in every bad example. Still pretty much the point. So I also like when I put out my points and everybody's like, no, MT, no. Let him vent. Let him say whatever he wants to say. It's okay. I respect that.
You see me that, okay, you know, you are poor, you are sleeping in mud houses, you have no money, you are eating, you have no luxury. You have a lot of money, yes, you had a lot of money. But you have no wife, you have no son, you have nothing. You only have dogs, which you are selling.
Mm-hmm. You see that? That is mocking.
You think you think God doesn't sleep? You think so? Imagine, colleagues, you are my witness. Did I not tell Marwas? He comes here, he gets what belongs to him. But he inherits his grandfather's, even if it is 5 meters of land. He gets his right. Ladies, did I tell? Then you are using me. Gitripa always Gitripa. And the Gitripa is a fraud.
now getting River is getting crossfires, okay? Well. Now, on this one, you see, I agree with him saying Marwa needs to go back and reconnect with his ancestral roots and all that. But I disagree with the words that he's using. No son would want to go back to that. Not even me and T. I will not want to. But I do agree. Maro needs to go back there. They need to sit down. They need to talk. They need to reconcile. And I think it will be very good if Marwa just went there and just, for formality purposes and also just to, like, I just wish Marwa would be the mature one. Sorry, guys, I don't mean that he's not, the man is not mature, but I just wish Marwa would just decide to be the mature one to put this whole thing to rest. It will only take one of them to put this entire thing to rest. The moment Marwa will decide, let me go and listen to this man, and he listens to him. They don't, in fact, do any video. He puts restrictions, no video, no nothing. Let's just go sit down. I listen to you, we talk, and then, okay, stop insulting my mom and all that. Okay, I've accepted you're my father, but I don't want you to be close to me because you've not raised me. Where were you? Blah, blah, blah. You understand? That will give this man at least that satisfaction of being wanted. Okay, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like that will maybe make him stop. Maybe it will give him some sense of, satisfaction. And it will take one of them to end this. It will either be Marwa or the man himself. It's either he decides to end it himself or Marwa decides to end it. And that is the only way all this will stop. Otherwise, we will be talking about this situation and this scenario every single day. Because Kohera, from how I have seen him, he doesn't look like the man who gives up. Because if he actually gave a damn about what people were saying, basically, I'm the first one who disagreed with him for a very long time. That even I had some minions of his came, insulted me and things like that. But again, if he actually wanted to stop, he would have stopped. So I don't see if he's even going to slow down on calling Conmom names. Well, ladies and gents, I'm very sorry. Hey, today looks like today wasn't that day or something. It just happened that my phone's battery ran out, and I was like, why am I looking opposite? So looking at it, I'm like, what did I just Did I just, my phone died of, okay, because I think we didn't have electricity. Like I told you, electricity went and things like that. So I think that is what kind of affected, yeah, the first live stream. Okay, I see Dr. Cheryl. What are you saying? Show on stage. Let me hear. Auntie, I agree with you. I told him a while back that it's okay to voice his heart, but not through this medium. I advise him to speak directly with his son. I am simply recognizing he is deeply hurt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He is hurting, actually. That one I do agree with you. Maro doesn't respect his African culture or elders. He loves Muzungus. He showed the highest respect to Mr. Louise. Yes, than even his own, runaway father. So whatever I'm saying here, and what I'm saying about Mr. Kohera Senior, it does not mean that I now say that Marwa can go on and abuse him, that it's now right for Marwa to abuse him. No, wrong is wrong and right is right. And I cannot say that Mr. Kohera is wrong and then I say Marwa is right when I see both of them, what they're doing is actually not right. So why would I be in Kohera's favor or in Marwa's favor when both of them are doing something that is wrong? I'll just point out this way and I'll also point to this one also. So that is what basically I am doing when I'm doing this live stream. Yes. Mr. Kohera said he had thousands of acres of land. Would Marwa have alienated him like he's doing right now? I don't think so. Maybe not. Maybe, probably not. Actually, chances of not is not even probably. Why should I even use probability? He would not have done that. He would have not done that. Because I also remember when Marwa said this, and that is what also, like, I was like, so Marwa, are you doing this because you feel like this man wants? Because from the way that the man is, okay, it is very difficult also to know what Mr. Kohera wants. Because when he's doing these videos, he's getting money. So is he doing these videos because of money, or is he doing these videos because he actually wants his son back? Ask yourself that question. If you are a Kohera fan, ask yourself that question. Is Maro doing this because he wants the money from YouTube, or is he doing this because he actually really wants his son back? You question yourself that. And then, on the other hand, Marwa said something about Kohera. He said that if I wasn't successful as I am, would this man be looking for me now? And I was like, yeah, bruh, okay, I think you also have a point. If he wasn't successful, would Kohera also be looking for him the way that he's looking for him now, the way that he's looking and seeking for his attention? And by the way, Marwa is watching his videos. Marwa is watching Kohera's videos every single day. When Kohera posts, Marwa watches the video. Otherwise, he wouldn't have known the things that Kohera is saying. So Marwa knows very well the things that Kohera is saying because he is also a Kohera fan. Okay? They are fans of each other. They are fans of each other. Each one is a fan of the other. Kohera is looking for those views from Marwa, and Marwa is also like following up to see what has my old man said. And again, I also feel like Marwa maybe probably he wants to reach out to this man, but because of the pressure from his own audience, he feels like if he does that, the audience will kind of like, the audience have already gone there and thrown a lot of insults, especially Janet Harris, of which I don't understand. Like, what has that got to do? This is a family matter, okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether he's a deadbeat or not. This is a family matter. Why would Janet Harris go and do all these insults on behalf of Marwa? And she is actually the among the first one that began insulting Kohera even before Marwa opened his mouth to speak about Kohera. Alisa, I see you. Welcome. We are about to finish. You are coming. Okay. Welcome.
Does he resemble me?
Yes, he does.
Kohera. Hello. I told Marwa to come and see his biological grandmother before she disappears from this world. Marwa neglected me. Marwa saw that I was a rubbish through his mother, through Ondari. Ondari, and Ankogutu, where there is no any blood relationship. I told him, Marwa, I've always cried. Marwa, your clan is so large. I had even dreamed that one of these coming days, Marwa was going to be a leader. Ask anybody here if there is no censor here. Ask anybody. Marwa is a censor. Our great grandfather. And you have decided. Shame on you. The decision is yours. You either perish or you come for a revenge.
Okay.
But you are practicing devil worshiping.
Oh.
Karma.
I didn't see that coming. So Kohera said that Marwa is practicing devil worshipping. Okay, ladies and gents, I didn't see that coming. And I didn't even know that that is also among the things that he said on this video. I'll be honest. I didn't see that coming. There is a lot of other things that Kohera could have reacted on. Something pissed him off. No, it's the likes, the Janet Harrises and the likes, the ones that go there and insult him, call him name. Remember, after Rocio and Marwa got separated, when Rocio announced that, I think previously there is something that Kohera had said. There is something that Kohera has said. I think I watched that on, was it on M. Carroll's channel or was it on OT? I think it was on OT's channel. I watched that on OT's channel when OT was saying Kohera has said, actually, that was the title of OT's video before Rocio announced. OT said it is over between Rocio and Marwa before it even happened, before Rocio announced. And she was referring to what Kohera, she was reacting on what Kohera had said. So, yeah, that really triggered some of Marwa's subscribers and they felt like Kohera kinda cast Marwa. And I'm like, bruh, don't you guys believe in curses? I thought you guys said that Marwa is fine. He does not need Kohera. He doesn't need Kohera. Kohera is the one that needs Marwa because of money. But again, why are you saying this? Hey, mzazi gani tena ataenda online kubwaka hivi? HIR ndio hiyo sasa. Ndio hiyo mimi, hiyo sasa hapo ndio penye mimi na wewe tuko like. Mimi hata kama ni mzazi wangu, kaa bwana, kaa na huko. Ukuje na unifanyie vituko kama hizi? No, I can't. I cannot. Masubo was on a revenge mission to Conman for making collect poo using in his school. Oh yeah, when okay, I think you're talking about when now Masubo went and brought this man on his channel. I remember that. He was doing that is after Conman had arrested him, right? Was it after? Or was it before? But yeah, there was something that triggered Masubo to go and look for him. Something triggered Masubo to go and look for him. So I don't know if it's this one or the latter. I don't remember. I think it's fair that Marwa should hear his father's side of the story. Watching Marwa body language, Marwa is deeply hurt. This may be because of what he was told about his father as a child. Supersonic, I agree with you. And that is why, for me, I keep on constantly, I don't support what Kohera is doing online. Let me make that very clear. I don't support what he's doing online and the things that he's saying and the insults that he's throwing around. I don't support that. However, I also feel like Marwa needs to just, at least, if Marwa hears him out, maybe he might stop throwing all these insults and curses. If Marwa just gives him an ear, because I feel like the man just needs an ear. And the moment Marwa does that, maybe all these will stop. Even these horses dying and things like it, there might be curses. And people are ignoring and saying, oh, but some of these things might be curses. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that point. Well, ladies and gents, I think it's time for me to bounce. It's 6:43. Please like the video. If you haven't liked the video, please consider liking the video. I really appreciate you guys, especially those ones that came round 2 after round 1 failed, and you still came for round 2. I really don't take that for granted. And yeah, I remember we had paid tribute to Mayani on that video, but because that didn't work, maybe, or because I stopped and I started doing this, then this and this and this, I just released a 2-minute or 3-minute video on that to pay my tribute to Mayani, and that will be all. So yeah, what is Rina saying? Marwa not going to see elderly grandmother is something that could make Kohera very upset. It's one thing to ignore his father, but to ignore Kohera's request to see his grandmother is too much. Yeah, because probably she had nothing to do with that. So yeah, you're making sense. You're making sense. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much. If you haven't liked the video, please like the video. I would love to end this live stream here. Bye bye. And thanks for those ones who stayed. Though the topic that I said maybe did upset some others, but for those ones that still stayed and had me out, thank you. I appreciate you as always. Bye bye. See you in the next one.